Alright, so if you've ever dived into the world of the Elder Scrolls, you know it's basically a non-stop parade of world-ending disasters. Seriously, gods trying to crush mortals, ancient evils waking up, kingdoms on the brink of collapse, you name it. But thankfully, every time the world looks like it's about to go up in flames, there's a hero ready to jump in and save the day. These protagonists aren't just random adventurers, some are practically legends reborn, while others are just regular folks who somehow manage to keep the empire from falling apart. What's really cool is how each of these heroes leaves their mark on Tamriel's history, shaping the world in ways you can actually feel when you play the next game. So, in this video, we're gonna break down the main protagonists of each Elder Scrolls game, not just by their raw power, but also by what happened to them in the end, and the insane challenges they had to face. Spoiler alert, not all heroes get a happy ending, but they all make one heck of a story. Let's dive in. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking protagonists in the Elder Scrolls games. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The protagonists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, the Agent and the Eternal Champion. Oh boy, here we go. Time to talk about the unsung legends, the pixelated pioneers, the granddaddies of heroism in Tamriel. Buckle up, because we're diving into C tier, and things are about to get weird, nostalgic, and just a little bit tragic. Let's start with the Agent, the protagonist of the Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall. Now, this guy, or girl, we don't judge, is like that mysterious friend who somehow knows everyone and has suspiciously good connections with literal gods of chaos. The Agent is unique in that they actually get to pick a side in the whole Numidian business. Yeah, that giant steam-powered golem from the ancient days, the Agent gets to decide who gets to wake that bad boy up. And here's the kicker, there's a cut ending where the Agent keeps the Numidium for themselves. It's all sunshine and mechanical murder until the Numidium decides it's done being bossed around and kills its new owner. Oops. But in the grand nonsense that is the warp in the West, this ending might as well be canon. Reality gets spaghettified anyway, so even though the Agent ends up dead, kind of, maybe not really, they still hold more power and influence than a lot of other heroes. I mean, when you get multiple Daedric princes to text you back, and you're juggling world-ending decisions like you're picking toppings at a pizza place, that's gotta count for something. Even if it does go full Skyrim Special Edition, crash to desktop in the end. And then we've got the Eternal Champion from the Elder Scrolls arena. The first, the original, the pixelated polygon warrior who started it all. This hero had one job: find the scattered pieces of the Staff of Chaos, stop the evil Imperial battle mage Jagar Tharn, and rescue Emperor Uriel Septim. No dragons, no prophecies, no divine intervention, just pure old school dungeon crawling with a side of being hopelessly lost for 45 minutes in Stone Keep. What makes the Eternal Champion kinda cool, but also kinda forgettable, is that they had to do it all the hard way. No one handed them shouts, or Elder Scrolls, or moon sugar flavored plot armor. They just geared up, got lost a lot, and somehow didn't die from a rat bite in the first dungeon. Respect. But Arena was the series figuring itself out. The lore was like early season Game of Thrones, plenty of potential, but no one really knew what was going on yet. Even the Daedric princes were more like background extras at that point. So yeah, they're C tier, but that doesn't mean they're bad. Think of them as the sturdy foundation of the house, essential, but not exactly the part you show off to guests. Without the Agent and the Eternal Champion, we wouldn't even have a Dragonborn shouting people off cliffs or a Nerevarine moon jumping across Vardenfell. They walked so the others could fast travel. The protagonists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, the hero of Kvatch. You know you're built different when your origin story starts with a rusty dagger and a dream. That's all the hero of Kvatch had going for them when Emperor Uriel Septim decided, yeah, let's just free this random prisoner. What could possibly go wrong? Turns out, everything went right. This underdog ends up being the MVP of the entire Oblivion crisis, storming into fiery gates like it's their 9-to-5 job, turning Daedra into roadkill, and basically soloing the demonic invasion. Not bad for someone who started their journey in jail, right? But despite all these epic feats, we have to keep it real. The hero of Kvatch does not have any built-in superpowers. No dragon soul, no ancient lineage, no divine blessing, just good old-fashioned grit, stolen gear, and whatever perks the player picks. And let's not forget, the final blow to end the Oblivion crisis, that was Martin Septim's job. He is the one who goes full divine intervention mode. So as clutch as our hero is, they're not exactly the one who saves the day in the end. And oh boy, let's talk about the elephant, or should I say mad god, in the room. Yes, the hero eventually becomes the Daedric Prince of Madness, Sheogorath himself. Sounds cool, right? Immortality, cosmic power, cheese for everyone? Except, there's a catch. They pretty much lose their original identity in the process. It is no longer the hero of Kvatch calling the shots, it is Sheogorath now. So yeah, godhood is cool and all, but if you lose yourself along the way, was it really worth it? That's why our beloved Gatecrasher stays locked in B tier. The protagonists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, the Dragonborn and the Vestige. Oh come on, you know we had to talk about these two. Let's start with the one and only Dragonborn. Yes, that Dragonborn, the legendary warrior who literally absorbs the souls of dragons like their energy drinks and shouts people off cliffs with the power of their voice. Born with the blood and soul of a dragon, this hero of Skyrim is a walking natural disaster. Seriously, who needs spells when you can scream someone into the next dimension? Whether it's Fusro-dahing a bandit across a mountain or bending time and space itself, the Dragonborn doesn't play around. But hold on a second, despite all this raw power, they are not at the top of the list. Why? Well, two big reasons. First, unlike a certain Ashlander reincarnation we'll mention later, the Dragonborn does not get the sweet deal of immortality. And second, if you play the Dragonborn downloadable content, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hermaeus Mora. Yep, our poor protagonist likely ends up as a knowledge-thirsty tentacle thrall to the Daedric Prince of Forbidden Tomes. Not exactly a fairy tale ending, huh? Now, let's shift gears and talk about the Vestige, the hero from the Elder Scrolls Online. This character technically died during the whole Soulburst mess, and then came back from the dead like, surprise, I've got main character energy. That's already a pretty solid resume, but it gets better. They go on to fight and defeat some of the nastiest villains in Tamriel's history, Molag Bal, Manamako, and about 50 other Daedric horrors that are just a Tuesday for this guy. While the Vestige might not have a dragon soul or the ability to shout people off ledges, they do have the rare ability to mold fate itself. This hero has shaped the destinies of entire alliances, saved multiple realms from collapsing into oblivion, lowercase o, not the game, and basically made being undead look super productive. Plus, depending on how you play, they could be a stealthy assassin, a fire-slinging mage, or even a werewolf with attitude. That kind of flexibility is no joke. And here's the thing, unlike the Dragonborn, the Vestige doesn't end their story under the slimy thumb of a tentacled knowledge hoarder. They walk away from their adventures not just alive, but legendary. If you ask me, coming back from death to save the world more than once should count for something. I mean, what did you do after you died? Probably not take down a Daedric invasion. So yeah, while the Dragonborn might be the flashier hero, what with their shouting and their soul-sucking and their epic theme music, the Vestige is the silent powerhouse. No need for fanfare, just resurrection, destruction, and a little existential mystery sprinkled in. Honestly, I'd buy both of them a drink. One would probably yell it into flames, and the other would quietly nod and fade into the shadows. Classic. The protagonists in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, the Nerevarine. Oh come on, who else could sit on the throne of the S tier but the Nerevarine? I mean, we are talking about a reincarnated Chimera King handpicked by Azura herself. That is not just main character energy, that is divine prophecy energy. This is not some chosen one cliche, this is literal destiny etched into the bones of the Elder Scrolls universe. The Nerevarine is not just strong, they are meant to win. Whether swinging a sword, casting spells, or sneaking around like a shadow with trust issues, they are already excellent at what they do before the plot even kicks off. But it gets even crazier. After facing off against a Dagoth and destroying the heart of Lorkhan, yes, the god-making artifact, the Nerevarine goes on to clap the tribunal so hard they lose their godhood. And while doing all that, they also get cured of the blight thanks to Device Fear. That means no more diseases ever, and oh yeah, they also become ageless. So now we have a skilled, immortal, disease-immune, reincarnated war hero who slayed gods and broke prophecies before breakfast. It is like the writers took every overpowered RPG trait and said, yes, this one gets all of them. And just when you think their story's wrapping up, they go full legend mode. After dealing with Hircine's Blood Moon prophecy and absolutely dunking on every contender, they vanish. Gone. They set sail for Akavir, one of the most mysterious continents in Tamrielic lore, and are never seen again. That is the Elder Scrolls equivalent of walking away from an explosion in slow motion while wearing sunglasses. The Nerevarine does not retire, they transcend. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.